Good morning from Disney's Hollywood Studios. We have an action-packed day today. This is the last weekend that Rise of the Resistance is doing boarding groups. We got one. We suspect this may be one of the last opportunities we have for a while to ride it with a minimal wait, so we're taking advantage of that. What else do we have to do?
Tower of Terror, maybe Slinky Dog, maybe find a Halloween treat or two if they're out here.
And we also have to see the Fab 50 statues here in Hollywood Studios, which we haven't seen yet. So
ooh, yes.
We will check all of that out, and let's go have a fun-filled day. It is absolutely a requirement every time we come to Disney's Hollywood Studios. We have to come and see our favorite, your favorite, everybody's favorite dinosaur, Gertie. Her ice cream shop has reopened. They do have modified hours, so it's 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., but you can get ice cream from Gertie again. And Catherine, before you know it, just a few months from now, Gertie will have a Santa hat on. We'll be hearing old-timey Christmas music here. Can you wait?
No, that's the best time of the year. Although, honestly, I wish they could give her like a spooky overlay. She needs some Halloween love.
Like a witch's hat or something on there?
Ooh, that would be good. Or she could have like a little pumpkin in her mouth or something.
All right, I'll give it my best shot. I'll put it in right here. Spooky Gertie. So I had to take a slight detour from our final destination to see Gertie. Now we're going to go do Tower of Terror because it's only a 30-minute wait. We just recently did our podcast storytelling episode on Tower of Terror, and one of the things that we talked about was this billboard that's back here behind the Trolley Car Cafe, Starbucks. And it's up here, and it is an advertisement for the Hollywood Tower Hotel during its heyday. So it says, "Our city's newest landmark, Hollywood Tower Hotel, fashionable dining, modern accommodations, where the stars stay and play," and it's dilapidated, but it's showing what the Tower of Terror looked like during its good days, right?
Yeah.
Before
I actually never
Halloween.
knew it was back here until you just pointed it out. I knew we talked about it.
But this is where it is.
Was here, yeah.
Yep, so right back here behind the seating for Starbucks.
Okay, that one was pretty good. I was not expecting to go down first. I feel like usually they throw you up and then drop you down, which means the only thing I would complain about that sequence is that we never got a big drop.
We never got a big drop, and then we only got one where the doors opened in front of us. But
yes,
still, Tower of Terror has so much rewritability. We might do it later again today.
The line was really short.
No, yeah, we waited like 15 minutes maybe.
Yeah. The other thing that I noticed in the queue, and next time you look up and see what you think, but I noticed that the cobwebs were extra fluffy. They looked like cotton candy.
Maybe they just redid them recently.
Maybe.
But we do have perfect timing now. We just got off, and our boarding group just got called for Rise of the Resistance. So let's make our way back to Batuu and go ride Rise of the Resistance, maybe here for the last time in quite a while, because we're not paying for it.
No, we're not paying for it, and we're not morning people, and we don't like waiting in lines.
I will say I could tell some of those drops got you because you grabbed onto me, and you never do that.
It was the first one. I'm telling you, I was not expecting it. I'm like a creature of habit, so I always expect the up, and when it dropped us, I feel like that's what most people would expect, and it freaked me out a little.
So you panic grabbed me.
It was, yeah, like the frantic reaching.
On our walk over there, this will also be a good opportunity for us to see the Fab 50 statues.
Ooh.
So let's stop and see those on our way through the hub. Is that what you call the middle of Hollywood Studios? Is it a hub?
I feel like every park has a hub, yeah.
Okay, so we'll go check those out and then head to Batuu. I'll go ahead and cover this before we get up there. We just did a podcast episode. We can link it down in the description of reimagining all of the Fab 50 statues. Hollywood Studios is probably where we had the most issues with who they picked for the Fab 50. We really wanted Kermit, and there was some, and I said Indiana Jones. They didn't do any live action really, but I still thought Indy would have been nice. So we're trying to go in with an open mind though, right?
We are, and From pictures, they do look pretty impressive, so maybe seeing it in real life will give us a better appreciation for them. I don't know.
And I believe I see your favorite character up ahead.
I see him too. Oh my gosh, he's adorable.
So if you're looking for the Fat 50, there is Runaway Railway, and looks like a lot of them are right over here to the left. Okay, I'm already noticing, why is Edna, she's tiny compared to Frozone?
Because she's tiny, Brendan. We talked about how they were proportionate.
I see. So Frozone was actually one that I cut in our list. You kept him though. Are you glad you kept him? It's a pretty cool pose.
He's pretty cool, yeah.
Can you pose like him?
Can I just look like a weird surfer, uncoordinated.
I do like how all of them have like a personality, and it portrays them pretty well. I mean, they're very detailed.
They are very detailed, and I like the iridescent base on all of them.
I agree.
I know that's a small thing, but I think it's cool.
Here are the droids we are looking for. Do you like that?
Yes, I did like that actually. It took me a second.
Got R2 and BB-8. All he's doing is a little flamethrower.
Isn't that like a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Is he giving us a thumbs up?
So we'll have to look up the list to see where the rest of them are. One thing I'm already noticing is that in Magic Kingdom, they're all like near their attraction or near their land. Here, they seem to all be kind of centered at the front. Unless we find others.
These four, yeah. I'm interested. So I would have expected the Incredibles to be closer to like Munisburg, and I definitely would have expected the Star Wars characters to be near Galaxy's Edge, or at least what's the one that we hate?
Star Tours.
Star
We don't
Tours.
hate Star Tours.
I hate Star Tours. I would have expected them to at least be in that area.
So I know we have to see Woody and Bo Peep still, and Sebastian and Flounder.
And then Joe Gardner.
And Joe Gardner.
So that probably covers them all.
Let's go find those, and then we'll head to Batu.
Okay.
Although I'm not completely sold on the idea of having Joe Gardner in here, his statue is probably the coolest we've seen so far. With the floating keyboard.
Yeah, and then the 50 on his piano bench. I don't know if you can zoom in that much.
That's as far as it goes. Yeah, I mean, that is a cool one.
And he's very proportionate, I feel like. He's a tall guy, so you can tell that. Like you said, the floating piano, I think, is a nice touch.
And I like that he's right here next to Brown Derby, because maybe he booked a gig here.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm following.
All right, so Sebastian and Flounder are right up there on the left. Oh, and then I see Bo Peep and Woody across. We have a cavalcade coming, so it may get a little hectic over here, but we'll go see them all. Okay. So speaking of proportionate to size, two small sea creatures.
I'm sorry, but this is very disappointing. This is one that you could easily miss.
It is very small.
I know they're little, but this is a bit too proportionate, if you ask me.
Here is Woody and Bo Peep. They are very small. I guess they're toy sized.
Okay, but again, womp womp.
A womp womp? That's pretty harsh.
They could have made them bigger. I mean, there's a lot of detail here, which I can appreciate. But yeah, like keeping them toy sized. We have a whole Toy Story land where you have a Woody that is massive.
Well, we're not toy sized yet. Maybe that's the point. There they are. The details are really cool.
The detail is there. There's nobody over here taking a picture with them. They're pretty by themselves. And like we mentioned earlier, I do wish that they were in their respected areas.
Yeah, I would like to see him in Toy Story Land.
Yeah.
Okay, now, no more distractions. We're going to ride Rise of the Resistance. Going to Batuu.
Going to Batuu.
Here we go. Ready to join the Resistance.
Enemies of the First Order, we will soon snuff out your meager resistance. You chose the wrong side, and now you will pay. The Resistance prisoners.
You have what I want. You know the location of the secret base, and I will take it from you.
We are needed on the bridge.
Keep the prisoners here. I will return to finish this personally.
Then head down to the escape pod base. Those droids are programmed to return you to Batuu. Hurry and don't get caught. Lieutenant Beck will guide you.
Recruits, for your safety, stay seated with seatbelts securely fastened. Keep hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the transport and supervise your children. Tell them it's a prisoner transfer.
And then I will destroy you and the Resistance.
Did you soak it all in for potentially our last time and not
In a
last
while.
time in a while? Who knows? Maybe the lightning lanes will make this a short wait and we'll wait for it every time we come to Hollywood Studios. But it's
Well-
just fun knowing that the virtual queues, we could get it every time. I guess we're fortunate in that way. So we're pretty much able to ride it every single time we come here. But
Well, I was going to say, I also think it's a good thing that we are maybe going to ride it less regularly because it's such a cool ride that I feel like the more often you do it, I don't know, it loses its magic. So I think it'll be good to take a break and then only do it on special occasions.
yeah, I guess it's the true mark of being a local is that now every time I ride it, I'm just paying attention to the reactions of other guests. So the people that we rode with, it was their first time. Every single room that we went into, their jaws were just on the floor. Look at this, look at that, wow.
The interrogation room. I always think that's a fun one because you really are kind of trapped, no windows and no doors kind of thing.
Yeah, after Kylo leaves, they're kind of like,
Now what?
what's next?
Yeah.
But we were lucky enough that when we were waiting in line, we only waited for about 10 minutes before we got to ride. We got a lunch reservation for Beaches and Cream. So we are going to take the Skyliner over to the Beach Club Resort and eat at that restaurant, which we haven't been there in probably about a year.
No, it's been long. I'd say at least 2 years. It was, I think the last time we were there for sure was January of 2020.
Yeah, because I remember it was cold.
Yeah.
And we didn't want ice cream. But
But we ate ice cream anyway.
a hot day today, so let's go over to the Beach Club Resort and then we'll come back to Hollywood Studios. Looks like the rain is about to come.
Something just dripped on my glasses.
So maybe we'll get a short break from the rain and then come back when it's maybe cooled off a little bit. Something else I was thinking about, and I noticed it on this particular ride just because I was paying attention to different parts of the story, was we know that this takes place in between episode 8 and episode 9. We know that it's the same time that General Hux in the movie switches and becomes a spy within the First Order. Do you think he's helping us? Because he's the one who ushers Kylo away. He's the one who says that they don't need to raise the shields and allows the rebels to get in there to attack. So I'm almost curious, is that at that point Hux is helping us?
Ooh, I've never thought about it that way, but I mean, maybe his bark is worse than his bite. Maybe this is when he does start to help us.
Maybe so. Just something to think about. So if you haven't used the Skyliner before, this is our absolute favorite mode of transportation. in Walt Disney World. So to get from Hollywood to Beach Club, we will go to Caribbean Beach, then we'll transfer to the Epcot International Gateway line, and then there we'll just walk to the Beach Club. Should take 15-20 minutes total. What do you think? Here is the 50th anniversary wrap. It's going to pass by.
Thank you for flying with us. Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas se abran automáticamente.
So this is the line we just came off of. Here is the Caribbean Beach Skyliner station, and here goes to Riviera and Epcot. It will not stop at Riviera, but roll through Riviera, I guess, and we just don't get off there, and then it'll take us to International Gateway.
Okay, so we got to see the 50th wrap. I just wanted to say what my thoughts are. I like the wrap itself. I like that it has Chip and Dale, Minnie and Mickey, but I feel like the ones that we've seen them on have been yellow, and that's weird. If they were on like a blue or a purple, I feel like I would like it more.
Yeah. We're in a cocoa one now, for anyone wondering.
Yes.
Made it over to Beaches and Cream, just waiting for our table to get ready. But this is, in our opinion, the best pool in Walt Disney World. We've actually never been in it before, but they have a lazy river, it is a sand bottom, and this is the pool that is shared by Beach Club and Yacht Club. So one day we will get to stay here and enjoy this pool because it is beautiful. Finished up lunch at Beaches and Cream. I had the hamburger. It was pretty good. You had the French dip, right?
Yeah, I got the French dip with French fries. I kind of wish I would have gotten the onion rings because I saw them on a few other tables and they really looked good. So maybe next time I'm going to do the onion rings.
But the real reason anybody goes to Beaches and Cream is for the ice cream. So got the No Way Jose.
Which is all of the best things. So it's chocolate and vanilla ice cream and then hot fudge and peanut butter sauce. Yeah, it's just liquid peanut butter, which hello. And it was amazing. We shared it.
So now we're going to take the Skyliner back to Hollywood Studios, wrap up a few things that we missed this morning, and then we will call it a day. It is annual pass previews for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, so let's look down into the France expansion up here and see what the crowds look like. We went a couple weekends ago. It was fun.
It was fun.
We did not get to try crepes yet, though.
No.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Epcot International Gateway. We're flying to Disney's Riviera Resort with a final stop at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
Oh, look at the
We hope you
birds.
enjoyed your visit to Epcot and World Showcase. Did you learn how to say hello in a different language today?
The line is not extending outside, so it looks like it's not too long of a wait. There's not too much queue inside to wait for, but opening up on October 1st. I was hoping we'd get this Tiana Naveen one coming around the corner, but I think we're gonna get a standard yellow. I think it's always fun to see the parking lot from this aerial view and kind of gauge what the crowds look like. This is probably as far back if I've seen them park in Hollywood Studios in quite some time. Now, a difference is maybe the first 5 or 6 rows up at the very, very front, they're reserving. It said something about like medical overflow or something. So they're pushing everybody a little bit back, but it looks like that is 404 that they are parking in, which I have not been over 400 in quite some time. Made it back into Hollywood Studios, and we haven't done anything Toy Story related today, so that just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like you can come here without going into Toy Story Land. So we're gonna do that and then maybe call it a day.
Probably call it a day.
It's getting hot.
And I see some storm clouds, and we don't have our umbrella.
We don't, which that means it is 100% guaranteed to rain.
But we just have to beat it.
Correct, which we won't. And just coming in the front gates, already found some friends. Time for Toy Story Mania. My question for you viewers at home, if anybody has a spouse or a partner or someone that you ride this ride with who won't work with you to both get higher scores, please let me know some tips below, because my partner always wants to sabotage me.
It's not true. I'm just not very good at meeting my mark.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's commitment. You bail on the mission like halfway
Well, I
through.
do, yeah. If it's not happening fast enough, I bail. But that's not like sabotage.
So if you're not familiar on Toy Story Mania, a lot of them, in order to unlock like the bonus or the big point stuff, you have to work together to unlock it. And so a lot of times I'll be working on it, and then I'll notice that Catherine's shots are going away from where they're supposed to be going, as she's going after her own prerogative.
Look, it's just, it takes a long time, and then I feel like if I waste too much time, then I'm losing points.
So
And I'm trying to win here.
let's see. I think let's try to beat 200,000 this time.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I feel okay.
200, 235. Woo! And that's going to do it from our day here in Disney's Hollywood Studios, and a little bit of Beach Club mixed in there.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was a good day. I was super excited that we got to do Beach Club. We were big fans of taking a Skyliner, going to the resorts. I think, I don't know, it's just something that we get to do that you don't get in a lot of other places,
Yeah.
like Disneyland mostly.
For sure, and I'm glad we got to ride Rise of Resistance at least one more time with this current method, and we'll see what it's like when it changes next week. But we thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Ring that bell so you get notifications every single time we upload a new video. We really, really appreciate it, and we will chat with you real soon.